Hello everyone, this is Helen H and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. This is the beginning of the Labor Day weekend. I hope you have fun plans or just no plans so that you have time to relax. I hope the weather's good for you and it's just a nice way to end the summer, even though it's not technically the end of summer, and start the fall. Anyway, so today I'm going to be working on a spine journal, and I'll tell you about that in 1 second. But this morning I went for coffee with my friend, and we did our round to get coffee, which was kind of a hassle because every place was closed for some reason. We did finally get coffee though, and then we went to the library and I got my freebie. So I got my free Mother Earth News magazines. This one I particularly got because it said perennial vegetables grow more food with less work. So I want to see what that's about. These are great magazines. If you're into gardening or homesteading or anything, these are wonderful magazines, but it's even more wonderful when you get them for free. And then I got this one and it says make your own body care products, which I'm also interested in that. And then the homemade one pot meals. And even though my husband and I are vegetarians, we a lot of times can just adapt recipes that are have meat in them. Although this looks like a meatless chili, but we can just adapt them. So got that one. I got this Better Homes and Gardens. This is a summer issue. From last year actually, but I had just thumbed through it and it's got some nice pictures in it, like these garden pictures and stuff. So I thought that I might be able to harvest some stuff out of that. And then this one, I don't even know what this is, Aramco World. Never seen this one there before, but this one has some really cool pictures in it, especially of ethnic people. And I thought that would be really fun to use in some of my journals. So yeah, so that one, and then I got the Wall Street Journal magazine, and again, this one I just got mainly because it's got good face images in it, and I wanted to do some more collage stuff. They had several of these magazines, these Wall Street Journal magazines, but the other ones, the pictures were like really bizarre, so I'm like, no, I just picked that one because it had some good face images in it. So this is what I'm going to be working on. This is a new spine journal for me. Now, I did some spine journals, and I was inspired by Carrie from Carrie's Mixed Media and from Darlene Winter, and I had linked their channels in most of in my videos where I worked on my spine journals, and I made them very small. They were like only at most, the biggest one was maybe that wide. I know Caroline from Caroline on the Hillside saw that video and she was inspired because she linked my video to her video. Then now she's making another one and I watched her video and she has inspired me to make another one. So isn't that funny how this world, we just all inspire each other, and I think that that's awesome. And I will put the link to Caroline's channel. If you haven't subscribed to her, please go to her channel and subscribe to her. She does wonderful things. And also to the video that she inspired me to make another one. And so this one I am making wider. Now this was a magazine called Millie, and it's my neighbor had given me this. It's not a super thick magazine. So instead of having the normal magazine spine like this, which my other books did, you know, the normal magazine spine like this one was just stapled together. So because I cut the magazine, I didn't do it in half. I did it bigger and then smaller like I did my other one. But because it was done with staples, I was only going to have 2 staples in this bigger half, and the other one would have only had 1 staple in it. So I have a long reach stapler. So what I went ahead and did was I found the middle of the magazine and I just added a couple extra staples just to make it a little bit so that it would hold, since I was cutting, you know, the staples off, if that makes any sense. So I did that just to make sure the pages weren't going to fall out. And also, I think Caroline said she did not remove any pages from her new one. I did. I know me, and I can start a project and not finish it if it's too long or overwhelming. So Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, so that's 16 surfaces to work on front and back. I thought that would be enough for me for this journal. Now, Caroline had gone ahead and done some paint scraping. I did. I used my cheap paint, and it's very opaque. So I might add some, I'm not opaque, it's the other, it's translucent, very translucent. So you can hardly see it, but it's there. So I just scraped on some different colors, and I thought that maybe as I go on, like Caroline does, I will add some more paint, but I will add my better paint that's opaque when I'm actually working on the pages. But one of the things that inspired me from Caroline was she saves all the bits from the magazines that she tore off, you know, the ends of her pages and everything. Well, I saved all the pages I tore out, as well as all the bits I tore off the edge. And what really interested me about Caroline's was she's using the magazine to decorate the magazine. She's not like bringing in other ephemera, at least not a lot. She's not really bringing in a ton of other ephemera. She's using a lot of what she already had. So I thought that maybe I would do the same thing. And so I'm just, she has no rhyme or reason, and if you've seen me work, you know I never have a rhyme or reason either. I just like to stick stuff to stuff, and I've got so much to tell you that I can't really think about what I'm doing and tell you the stories I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing some stuff down. I might copy Caroline. She made some little ruffles and folds and stuff, and I think she stapled them in and glued them in, and I might be doing that as well. So you can just watch what I'm doing, but also, like I said, go back and watch Caroline's video too. So anyway, the first thing that I want to tell you is that the other day, I think it was right after maybe I made my last video, I was finishing up in the craft room here, and my husband, I had opened the door, and my husband said, go look out the side window to the side yard. So I did. I went to the end of the hallway up here and looked out the side window, which is our side yard, which is clear. We cleared a lot of the mountain laurel away, but there's, you know, there is still tons, but you know, we made ourselves an open area around the house. We didn't want the woods so close to the house because of a fire hazard. We cleared a part away. So anyway, so I went out and looked, and guess what? There was a bear in our compost heap eating away, and that's kind of cool, because is that the other half of her? Oh, it is the other half of her. Ooh, I might just put that there just because it fits, if nothing else. Anyway, so yeah, there was a bear, so I got my camera and I took a film of him for like a minute, and then I went on Marco Polo and I filmed him for Birdie, the recycled hippie chick, so she could take a look at him. I was gonna try put the video up on YouTube, but I need to use the video editor because we're speaking during it, and I wanted to just put music to it. But when I put it in the video editor, because I filmed it on my camera vertically, for some reason on my video editor it shows up sideways. So, and there's no way to rotate it, so I don't know how to deal with that. But anyway, so I have a video that I can't show you, but it was the bear. Now the reason that he was there, because that compost pile has been there since we've been here, and I literally just put all my food scraps in a plastic old coffee pot. See, here's the lower part of the magazine right here. And so I had two staples. I put an extra staple in there, so there'd be two staples in that one. Okay. But anyway, so we put all our scraps in that little plastic coffee pot and put it in the compost heap. I mean, we don't eat meat, so we don't have meat on there or anything, but we do have, you know, all our vegetable scraps and whatever. So, yeah. So what had happened was I had accidentally, the last time we were here, I left all of our fresh fruit and vegetables in on the counter in the bowls. We have a fruit bowl and we have a vegetable bowl, which just has onions and avocados and some stuff like that. And I had left it here by accident. Usually all the fresh food goes home. Well, on the way home, I mean, we were too far to turn around. I was like, oh no, I forgot all that stuff. And we decided it's cool enough up here. It's not going to stink or anything. So I had left it here. So anyway, when we got back the other day, I realized that the pears were mushy. They were beyond eating. They had gotten way beyond eating. So I put those in the bin and took the bin right out and threw it out. Well, I don't usually throw whole fruit away. You know, we eat it. Maybe there's some apple cores, but that would be all. You know, that would, like that kind of stuff. Everything else is vegetable peelings or eggshells or whatever. And the deer nor the bears have ever been interested in the compost before. And when the bears were on our property, the mom and baby bear that my husband saw, they walked right by it. You know, they weren't interested in it at all. Well, because there were pears in it earlier that morning, my husband had said to me, go look at the compost heap. So I went and looked out there, and there was a beautiful box turtle out there. And so I was talking to him for a little bit. I'm just trying to put something behind there. I was talking to him a little bit, and then I came in, and then when he said later, look out there, the box turtle was gone, and there was the bear. And they were purely there to eat the pears. The box turtle was there to eat the pears, and the bear was there to eat the pears. So we haven't seen him since. You know, my husband after a while said, you know, it's probably not good that we encourage this. So he shushed him away. And, you know, he wasn't mean. He just went outside and went shush, shush. Well, literally, that's all he said. It was shush, shush. And the bear just took off. They are really afraid of humans. So he took off. So, but anyway, I have a beautiful 1 minute video of the bear eating from our compost. And unfortunately, I didn't get a picture of the box turtle. I had Marco Polo'd that to Amy just because she's the turtle whisperer, and I thought she'd want to see him, but I didn't. I don't have a video of him. So that was exciting to have the bear eating the compost, and there long enough that I could actually film him and watch his behavior and everything. So yeah, so that was that, and then that was it that evening. The next day, let's see, when did we do that? That was Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. I forget when we saw the bear. But anyway, so the next thing was Tuesday evening, well, afternoon and evening, my husband and I went to help with the Highland County Fair. We were helping to take in all the people who were putting entries in the preserved food and baked goods categories. So that's all canned and dried fruits, and then all the baked goods. And we were taking in all the entries. And so that in itself, I've never done anything like that before. I've been to fairs and I've, you know, looked at, you know, the goods like that and everything, but I never really thought about, well, how do they run all this? Oh my goodness, is there ever a very precise process for taking all that stuff in, labeling it all, putting it out on the shelves and everything in the right order and everything? Because we did that for 4 hours on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday was the actual judging of those things, which we also helped. So what we had to do, the judges were sitting at there was 2 judges judging each item, and a recorder who was recording who got first, second, third, or whatever. And then I was what's called a runner, and so we would go and in order, go get the items, bring them in front of the judges, and then the judges would judge them. We would go tie the ribbons on, put them back, and, you know, bring the next item. But you have to always be an item ahead. They don't want to wait. So you've always got to get the next item next to them ready. So when they're finished this one, I mean, it's quite like go, 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 go. But it was fascinating because I've never considered what the judges went through to when they judge things. Now, first of all, I don't know if most county fairs are like this, but I know my fair is like this in Highland. They do not use any local judges at all because it's a small county. Everyone knows everybody, and for fairness sake, all the judges come from somewhere else. So, you know what? I'm going to cover her eye with this little robot thing. Yeah, so all the judges come from other counties to judge. And you can tell I'm actually not thinking about anything. I don't even know what I'm doing. By the time I'm finished, I'm going to be like, what the heck did I do? But anyway, I'm just having fun talking and gluing. So, anyway, what they look at when they judge is just fascinating. You know, I was watching them with the canned goods. We were doing canned goods, and yeah, I was working with the like the pickled vegetables and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, they are so precise. It's not just like, oh, this one looks good, this one looks good, whatever. I mean, they look at so much when they determine who wins and whatever. They take it very seriously, these certified judges. So I learned so much, and it was so fun listening to them, what they were going to, you know, what they said and all this kind of stuff. I mean, if you have a jar, a can jar, you know, they'll take the lid off, the ring off to make sure the lid is properly attached. They don't open them and they don't taste them. They're purely going by sight looking at this stuff. And yeah, so the things they're looking for is like, is it filled enough? Is it filled too much? How fresh does the stuff look? Does it look right? Like, do canned beans look like canned beans are supposed to look like? Are there air bubbles? Is there this, that, the other? It was just amazing. I mean, my husband and I both did this, and we had a blast. It was so fun, and we just learned so much about what goes into the county fair judging, right? Because you wouldn't think that. But the thing is, because it's a small county, it's the same people entering over and over and over again. And so the judges were even kind of getting bored because it was the same stuff, you know, this, well, like let's say it was cinnamon apples or something. The same family put in, like, the lady made them and put her name and like her two grown daughters' name on it. So they entered three under three different names, but it was the same lady who made all three. So they looked identical. So, you know, that gets kind of boring for the judges when it's like, ugh, you know, and this lady's been doing it for years. And let me tell you something. They told me, you know, Wednesday night when we were setting up, I was told, oh, you know, it's okay, but it will get real busy when this lady brings her stuff in. I am not kidding. When she brought her stuff in, literally, she had her family help her. She had dollies and dollies piled high with boxes. I don't know. I think she had well over 140 entries in canned goods alone, never mind her baked goods. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy. And so it's and what she does is, and she's been doing this for years, is she puts her name on, you know, she makes them and then puts her daughter's or her granddaughter's names, as long as it's an adult, for the adult category. But she also makes them and puts her grandkids' names on, and they get put in the juvenile category. But it's the same lady and it's the same stuff, and she has the majority of the stuff. So they allow it because not a lot of people put what do I want to do here? I don't know. I'm just talking. I have no reason here. Here, let's put her over here. Anyway, so a lot of people don't enter. So they allow this. So I said to my friend who's in charge of the judging, who got us to volunteer, I said, you know what? We're shaking it up next year. I said, I don't care if I win or lose, but I'm going to put some stuff in. And one of the categories is apple cider vinegar, which I make. So I'm going to put that in. Another one is dried goods, which is a category. Vinegar is a category, not apple cider vinegar. It's just vinegar. But I will put my apple cider vinegar in. Assuming I can forage some apples this fall to get them. I think I should be okay. But anyway, so I'm going to enter some cookies. I'm going to enter apple cider vinegar. I'm going to enter some of my dried fruit. And I said, we got to start shaking this up because this is ridiculous that, this family... It's one person making all this stuff and they're winning all the awards. Not that, it's no big deal. If you get a blue ribbon, it's like $3, I guess $2 for a blue ribbon and $1 for a third place. So, anyway, so hopefully I'll be entering some stuff next year in that. And everyone's like, well, you should enter some journals and stuff. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that stuff being judged because I don't know if Highland County's really going to get junk journals. Or whatever. So I'm kind of on the fence with that. Oops, this is sticking out here. Anyway, we'll see about that. But I'm going to shake it up. Somebody's got to shake it up a little bit. And I think my friend said she might enter some stuff too. To make it so it's not so boring, right? Where was this robot lady? Here, let's put practicing self-care on there. Why? I don't know. Just because. But I feel like I need to do something with her. I don't know. I might leave that off for right now. What else do I... Well, I just got these other magazines. No, you use this one. You want to use this one. Now, I like these faces. I cut these ones out because these are cute faces. So I might just end up just putting faces in today. We'll see. Anyway, so that was super fun. So... that was Wednesday morning when the judging was. So then my husband and I went home and rested a little bit. And then we were going back to the fair Wednesday evening. We had a good time at the fair Wednesday evening. Then on the way driving home. Now here in Virginia, even where my other house is, usually we don't tell people to drive safely when they leave your house. And I might have mentioned this before. I don't know. We don't say drive safely. We say watch out for deer. Because if you live in a rural area, you get that, right? You don't say drive safely. You just remind people, watch out for deer. Watch out for deer. Well, coming home from the fair, it was nighttime and it was dark. And I hate driving on the roads out here in the mountains at nighttime because, yeah, there are deer out here. That is for sure. Well, we're driving home, and here I see this movement on the side of the road, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a deer, and he's going to run right in front of us. No, it wasn't a deer who ran right in front of us. It was a bear, a big, big bear, and he ran right in front of the street, right in front of us. Now, I am going to actually have to get another magazine because I ran out of pictures that I want to use for this, so I might be doing a little harvesting here. Yeah, it was just a big bear. So I have seen a lot of bears in the last couple weeks, let's put it this way. Yeah, I've seen a lot of bears. And so that was that. And let's see. So yesterday we went to the fair again. Oh, like yesterday was Demolition Derby Day. And that was, okay, I know. Go ahead and say what we are. My friend said, you're such rednecks. It's like, yeah, we love Demolition Derby. We love the tractor pull. We love the truck pull, all of that. So we went to the fair and watched Demolition Derby last night. And then we played bingo. We play bingo. We go to the fair all 4 nights that it's on because we just love the fair. It's such a nice little community fair. It's so nice. But anyway, so we went to play bingo last night, watch Demolition Derby, And I had my hot fudge cake, which, yay, the Girl Scouts sell that. See, all the food, or the majority of the food there, is sold by organizations in the county. So they get the profits. It's not some big company that gets the profits. It's, you know, the Girl Scouts, churches, Lions. The Lions Club runs the bingo. And last year, my husband and I won several times playing bingo. This time we have not won at all. We are having such a terrible bingo nights. I don't know why. So we are going to try again on the bingo. We're going to go back tonight and give it another try. Now tonight is the second night of Demolition Derby because our county has the fair and the other two counties don't. The one north and south of us don't. They send their people to participate in the Demolition Derby down here. So I think there's 80 participants this year in the Demolition Derby. Well, you can't do them that fast. You know, you just can't. So we'll go back and watch some more Demolition Derby. We will play some more bingo. And I don't know what tonight's... Oh, I think I know what tonight's treat will be. The Ruritans Club... I think the Bluegrass Ruritans Club, which is the one closest to me. Bluegrass is the closest little area to me. They have their booth sells loaded baked potatoes. So I think I might go get a baked potato for dinner. And I know what today is too. Yeah, it's Demolition Derby, but this afternoon at 4:30 is the I'm going to cut this. See, it's the one jar with the other two. I'm going to cut those. I want to cut around the flowers a little bit. So anyway, so today is the sheep costume contest at 4:30. So the kids from 4-H dress their sheep up in costumes, and then they dress themselves in costumes to match, not to match, but to go with the theme of what their sheep was. Like last year, I think a little girl won, and she did... Lewis and Clark, and she dressed one of her sheeps as Lewis and one as Clark. I mean, they had like skins on them and stuff. Oh, it was so cute. And then she dressed like the Indian, the female Indian. I forget who that was, but anyway, so cute. So after the sheep contest, the sheep costume contest, and then the reason it's sheep, if you don't know, the county that I live in or have the cabin in, they do in this area, the big agriculture is sheep and cows, meat cows, not dairy cows, meat cows, the big black cows. So you see a lot of those in the fair. But anyway, so we will, after they do the sheep contest, I'm all over the place because I'm so excited. They do the sheep obstacle course where the kids have to take their sheep through an obstacle course. Now, if you know anything about sheep, you will know that they do not play nice. They don't want to go in an obstacle course. And one of the things they have to do is get all 4 of the sheep's feet in a baby pool. Well, if there's something sheep don't like anything more, it's getting their feet wet. So these kids are like struggling to get the sheep in the water so that they can get on with the obstacle course. It is so funny. It's hysterical to watch this. And last year, now I don't know if they're going to do it this year. Last year they didn't only have the sheep obstacle course, but they also, oh look, there's the bigger picture of that. I want those flowers because I have an idea for those. But anyway, so last year they added cows. So the kids had to take a cow through the obstacle course, which was even funnier because cows are really big and they don't bend. So getting them to go around something that goes like, you know, up and down and up and down, it was really funny. So tonight we're going to go, or this afternoon, we're going to go see that. And then I'm going to have a loaded baked potato, unloaded, because I don't have chili or any of that stuff, just a baked potato, but they're good baked potatoes. And then we will play some bingo and watch some more of the Demolition Derby. And it was funny because my friend and I when we went out this morning, and this happens every year at the fair time. If you go out after the demolition derby day, you see the cars in people's, like they have to take them away. You know, they have to take them home. They can't just leave them all at the fairgrounds. That's a part of their responsibility. So all over East Town, you see these cars that are just absolutely mangled, and it's so funny. And actually, our plumber, he raced last night, or he was in the Derby last night, and his car he and another guy got stuck. Their cars got stuck together. They hit each other the right way. I don't know what happened, but they absolutely got stuck together. And even though their cars were running, they didn't get to finish, but because their cars were still running, they were allowed to go to the next heat, if that makes any sense. So they got to come back later and race again. They had to get in a big, what is it? What do you call that thing? Well, this big piece of equipment, like a crane thing, to get them unstuck. I'm just going to cut this here a little bit. I want the robot lady to show, but I do want these flowers in her hair. Like this. Oh, wait. Did I cut the wrong? I know I need to cut more. What I need to do, I think, is cut over this one here. I'm not sure what these are. They kind of almost look like poppies, but I know they're not. They're something else. Maybe that will be a little bit better. Like that. Okay, now it's in her eyeball, too. I don't want that, so let me cut this. Yeah, so we're going to have a good time tonight. And then tomorrow morning, we are going to the town of Franklin in West Virginia. We're going to the flea market. And then we're going to our favorite little diner for breakfast. And then we're going to come back here and we got to get some, we have been doing some work. We brought some plants. Okay, all right. So here's the other story, another story. Good night. My deer, the deer who ate my lettuce garden and now ate my watermelon. Yesterday morning, I got up at 6:30 and I always open the door so Holly can go outside and enjoy her nature. She likes to go out first thing in the morning and look outside. And so I kind of went outside with her and I'm looking at my tomatoes, which are fenced in. And I'm thinking, why don't I see? It was still kind of dark, actually. And I'm like, why don't I see my tomatoes? Because it was filled with red tomatoes. But I had picked some when we got here on Monday. And I decided to leave the other ones on the vine so they could finish ripening. And that they could, stay there till I actually needed them. And guess who got in there? She got under the net. Her hoof prints were all in there. She pushed one of the plants completely over onto all the others on that side of the garden. And yeah, so she ate my tomatoes. I got few. I got like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 dozen. Well, there were way more than that on there the night before. And she got in there and she ate them all. And I am so upset with her now. Now, what did I do with the cat? Does anyone see the cat? It's got to be here somewhere. Anyway, oh, there it is. Yeah, so she ate all my, almost all my tomatoes and crushed down one of the plants. And I'm angry and I'm not playing nice guy anymore. So this morning, her and was it 2 of her babies came this morning and I shooed them away. And then later on, my husband saw another deer with a baby and we shooed them away. So it's over. I'm not playing nice anymore. She's getting into stuff. Oh, and the other thing was, so yesterday my husband and I, before we went to the fair, we planted some plants that we got, some flowers. I want wild flowers because I want this like a, nice wildflower, but they're all native. I'm not putting anything invasive or anything in here in the garden. These are all native plants or whatever. So we planted 6 of them yesterday. And I get this morning, I went to look at them. Now, I put cages around each one of them, these new plants, the 6 plants. I put the tomato cages around them. But before I put the tomato cages on them, I surrounded the tomato cages with double thickness of wildlife netting that I had tied on super tight with string, so that they were completely enclosed all the way around. I go out this morning, she ate one of my plants. She somehow got under the netting and ate one of my plants. So it's all off. Next time you're going to hear about this deer, she's going to be a head on my wall. No, she won't be, but I'm so angry. You know, I just am so angry at her. I just don't even know what to say. Okay, I have this little extra rose in nowhere. I know I've prattled on for so long. I better stop. Anyway, so I'm having fun up here. I'm going to have to, I don't know, just shoo them away. Every time we see them now, they're going to get shooed away. And it's a shame because I love to just sit there and watch them because they're such graceful creatures and everything. But she's gotten in my tomatoes now. She's ruined everything that I planted. And now she's eating my flowers, like my bush plants too. It's, you know, I can't tolerate this anymore. And we've been way too friendly letting them do, you know, the damage they've done. So now we're just going to shush them. There's nothing we can do when we're not here. You know, she might get stuff or whatever when we're not here. But while we're here, we're just, yeah, we're just going to have to make them go away. So that's my stories for so far. I'm sure I will have more. We still have 2 more nights of the fair and the flea market and all of that to go before we head home. So I hope like I said, I hope you're going to have a good Labor Day weekend. Do something fun or do nothing at all. Sometimes the best time is not doing or going anywhere, but staying home and crafting. So I'm sorry I didn't explain anything what I was doing, but as you can see, I was literally only gluing stuff in here right now. And I actually didn't do what Caroline inspired me to do, was actually take things and like make little ribbons and whatever and staple them on. But I might still, obviously I will still do some of that. But I don't know if I'll do that on video or if I'll just do the flip through when it's done. I just don't know right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And until the next video, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.